Huh?
Yo,
Yo, Talima,
hello,
what's up, man?
hello, do you hear me, man?
Hello, yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Hello,
Hello,
hello, Talima.
bro.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yo, you
I
there?
can hear you. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you. Do you
Shit.
hear me?
Okay,
Just type
hold on.
yes if you hear me.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I can hear you, but I cannot hear you. Why?
Okay,
I
hold
don't know
on.
what's wrong here.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Do you hear me, bro? Like,
Yes.
what's okay? You hear me, but why
Can
your
you
mic is not working?
can you hear me?
Let me see. Let me see whether my sound output is okay. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Mm, mm, mm. I don't know where to change the sound output. More accent, device settings. Audio speaker. Oh, okay, okay. Now I think. Okay, talk me now. Talk to me now.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, okay, okay. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
How's it going, bro?
Yeah. How is it going, man? What are you doing nowadays?
You've been up to now. I'm good, man. I finished engineering.
Wow, nice,
Uh,
man.
yeah, I'm doing my minor right now. I've noticed that you're in 141, correct?
What is that 141?
Algorithm two.
Oh, I finished it already.
Yeah, but I've seen you in the class right now.
Algorithm too?
Yeah, 141.
No, no, I'm not there. You see my name there?
Oh, oh no, maybe I've seen you in Java. You're taking Java, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm taking Java.
Shit,
Oh,
man.
you are taking Java too? You are taking Java too?
Yeah, I'm taking Java.
Huh?
Are you taking systems?
No, I'm not taking that.
I'm taking systems, Java, and algorithm two to finish off my minor, and one math course. So I'm taking those 4 courses
Oh,
to
okay.
finish off my minors.
I'm
How are
taking,
you, man? How far have you been in engineering so far?
like, I didn't start fourth year.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm finishing up third year by this semester. Like, I'm doing electronics too. I didn't do that. I'm doing
okay,
C++, and
okay.
also Java, and then Introduction to Economics. So I'm done with third year.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. A friend of mine, by the way, is taking electronics too,
Oh,
who's third year. He was wondering if there were any labs.
oh no, I was about to ask you, man.
Oh,
Yeah, because Hamza said you did with Mitra. Ask him, ask him. He was always saying that, and I was like, okay, if I call him, he would remember. I just call him to just take advantage, so I didn't call.
oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. That's fine. How have you been, man? So
yeah,
it's good. So you only have only 1 year left.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, how was the time that you took off? What did you do during that time?
Which one? Oh, like the off
During the time
semesters?
off. Where are
Oh,
you right now?
I'm in Toronto now.
No, but are you in like your room?
Yeah, yeah. I'm in my room.
Turn on your mic, man. I want to see your camera.
Like the computer I have right now doesn't have a camera. I had to buy one.
Oh.
Because I used to use Mac, now I moved to Windows because my Mac went really slow. So I just bought the Windows and it's really good.
Damn. So how's Java going, bro?
Oh, Java is so easy. Everything is on internet. It's so like I know you know that too, right? Yeah, it's all copy paste.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have
Yeah.
midterm, right?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, the date is
Are you
supposed.
sure?
Yeah, because I noted all the date, what the assignment due, all the things, and it shows just tomorrow I have midterm. I had to double check.
I don't think it's tomorrow.
Just check the syllabus.
No, it's Tuesday, November 3rd.
Oh, oh, I don't know. Just note it down all. And it's just one day. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. So
Okay.
tell me, man, what did you do during that year off, man? Tell me all about it.
Uh, what did I do? What did I do basically? I just worked.
Where did you work?
Some, general labor jobs. It doesn't much like, yeah.
Okay, and did you take time off to get yourself mentally prepared, like better?
Yeah, man. It was so much better now. Like, I was really struggling with the pain in my head. Then now it's
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Pain
Yeah.
because of the love, you mean?
It's not that only, but it's physically pain, man. I don't know what reason. Maybe I think about too much things. Maybe that's why. Like I
Yeah,
went.
and also our class was very toxic.
Yeah, like
I
really
didn't like
toxic, bro. Like,
I didn't like our class.
yeah. Thank God I'm out of that.
Yeah, it's over, man. I think I have
uh,
only 1 year left. I'm feeling good.
mhm.
I thought you dropped out, man. I thought you left and you just went back home or
No.
some shit. You know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
good, man. You're on track. You're about to finish your minor, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That's good. How much you have left for that?
In minor, I finished algorithm 1, algorithm 2, and Java, and also the other one. What is that? It's similar
Your
to
architecture, yeah. Your
architecture. So I done 4. I'm by this semester I'm done 4. I think I have to do one more.
we have to do 2 more.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's good. So
Hmm.
you told me you've been just doing regular labor, huh?
Yeah, general labor jobs. Nowadays, yeah. So,
So that's interesting, man.
hmm.
When's the last time you've been to Windsor?
I've been in Windsor like 3 months ago. Then after I realized it's all online, I moved here. Yeah, not
That's a
3 months,
beautiful
actually
city.
5 months, I think. Yeah, I was there.
What were you doing here?
Uh, here in Toronto.
No, in Windsor.
Oh,
Windsor.
yeah, I joined a YMCA program, and
For what?
it was it was online. I had to attend class every day, and that's it. Like,
You
yeah.
had to physically attend class?
It's just online class kind of things. They actually help you to find a job, and they will pay for a certain period.
So
Yeah.
what's this YMCA?
YMCA is basically like, I went to like when I'm in Windsor, I wanted a job, so I went to YMCA and told my situation. I couldn't find any job here, and they said, okay, we have a program that helps you to find a job, and we have a study period certain amount of time, and we will pay you. Okay, I agreed to that, and I was doing that from last January. Then the summer started. I took summer courses and finished them, and then yeah, that's how it went.
Well, yeah, okay, you're taking 30 year courses summer, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's great, man. I just wanted to check up on you, man. It's been a minute. You know, I just wanted
Yeah.
to say hi, see how you're doing, if you're
Yeah,
good to
me
go.
too. I was about to like try to call you, like whether you have a electronic store stuff to ask you that too. But yeah, so you don't have that one too?
Sorry?
Like you don't have the electronic store stuff? The
Electronics too, I would look for it. I'll see if I could find something.
Oh, okay, man. Like it will be
But I
really
don't,
helpful, man.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, because I remember when I really took a different time from those guys, because I dropped it when I was taking with you guys. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, and Hamza said you took with Mitra. That's why
Yeah,
I
I
wanted to
took
ask
with
you.
Mitra, and
Yeah.
then my partner was doing everything, so I
Oh,
didn't have access to it.
okay.
Oh yeah, but it was nice catching up with you, man. I wish you nothing but the best. Hopefully
Mm,
you graduate by next year, man.
thanks, man.
All the best, man. All the best.
Hmm.
And you forgot about the stupid love shit, right? You moved past that, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's good.
Yeah, that actually, wow. That was
All
so
right,
much
man. I
trouble
see
at
you,
that
bro.
time. Man, it's you started that, man. Now I feel like, man, that's a long story. Like we accidentally talk about that shit. Like, do you remember when did it started?
What? Your thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
With the
like
friendship?
we were in algorithm one, I guess, and you were
Right.
talking about this,
Yeah.
and
We still,
then,
yeah, we still stupid, man.
holy
Goddamn, we
shit,
stupid.
man. Now
We
I
stupid.
realize I like, man, it's
Well,
crazy.
I'll tell you something, man.
Hmm.
Um, I know this is like a weird topic, but
Hmm.
if you really want solutions to most of your mental, physical, spiritual problems, man,
Hmm.
you have to go on a religious journey, man. You know, if you were here, I would have recommended some books for you, man. You understand?
Oh
Because
yeah.
we all live here for 60 years, 70 years. You
Hmm.
understand?
Hmm.
We're all going to die,
Hmm.
and surely we have to agree that someone created all of this, regardless of what you want to call it.
It's
So,
not that I'm just completely ignoring it. I'm also analyzing. Like I
yeah, yeah,
still see
because
it.
I'll tell you something. I'll
Hmm.
just tell you a quick story, right?
Hmm.
Someone told you, right? Um, there's a ship, okay? A ship. I don't know if you guys have a port in Sri Lanka. A
Hmm.
ship that's carrying electronics and food and furniture
Hmm.
moved from a port in Sri Lanka all the way to Yemen, to Somalia, to Pakistan, to Hong Kong,
Hmm.
and then when it went there, it deported all of that,
Hmm.
right,
Hmm.
into Hong Kong. And
Hmm.
someone came up to you and said, you know what, all of it just happened, boom, because of an electronic explosion, because
Hmm.
of two electrons that collided,
Hmm.
whatever they want to say,
Hmm.
right? Okay, who created those two electronics who collided? So
Yeah,
we have to
that's a
agree.
good question. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a good question,
And
but the thing is, nobody has the answer for it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, the
Yeah, like
thing,
people are saying religion and all the stuff. Like even that is
yeah,
questionable.
that's good. That's good.
Hmm.
That's very good. That's
Hmm.
very good. So what you have to know is that the person who created this world
Hmm.
didn't create us and just put us here for us to wonder.
Hmm.
Everyone in his heart, but what one has to do first is he has to mentally be clear before he could ask these questions, because not everyone has the privilege of being born into the right religion.
Hmm.
So let's say Christianity, for instance, the
Hmm.
right religion,
Hmm.
and you're born by two Christian parents,
Hmm.
and then they told you about the religion.
Okay.
Even if it's the right religion, you still have to you have to do the right steps to make sure, right?
Hmm.
So the person who created this world has put it in us. You have to have a little push. And what we have to do is we have to be mentally clear. But if
Hmm.
we right now you see the people that control the media, man,
Hmm.
what they're doing is, man, they're throwing all this distraction, women, music, TikTok,
Hmm.
Facebook, the news, Trump, all of this
Hmm.
to distract us, man.
Hmm.
But the main purpose that we've been created is to worship the Creator at the end of the day, and that's the
Like,
only way
okay,
things work.
how do you know that it's right?
Who?
Like
Okay.
its a purpose is to worship the creator.
For me, that's the books that I wanted to give you.
Oh yeah, like
Okay.
there are books like so how can I believe every books, you know?
Okay, I'll tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at, for instance, the Quran. You
Mm-hmm.
see, the thing about the Quran, right?
Mm-hmm.
For 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 1400 years,
Mm-hmm.
for 1400 years, it has not been altered even one letter.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the Bible they change it.
Mm-hmm.
The Torah that the Jews use they change it.
Mm-hmm.
All of these are changed by men.
Mm-hmm.
The Quran has been preserved. So the person who the Quran was revealed to, we know him as Prophet Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
He was illiterate. You know what illiterate means in English?
Yeah, he didn't start like yeah.
He can't write or read.
Mm-hmm.
But the facts that are scientifically proven in the Quran,
Mm-hmm.
some of them are yet to be proven.
Mm-hmm.
Have been proven only 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So how is it that someone 1400 years ago knew all of this miracles?
Like you say that thing, but there are similar things in Bible also in Hinduism as well.
Bible and the Quran, they all come from one God, but the Bible has been changed.
Yeah, but even in Hinduism, even in
the three
Hinduism,
books,
yeah.
even Hinduism has some elements of Islam in it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's been intermingled with idolatry.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have idols. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Which is a form of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
But it all originates from one, but they have been altered. You have to look at the one that has not been changed. Do you understand? Even the Torah
Yeah.
that the Jews use has been altered. But they all come from one religion, from one God, because there's one God at the end of the day. If you want to call it Islam, Christianity, the name doesn't matter. What matters is believing in that God. And the prophets he sent to deliver the message of believing in one God. At the end of the day, that's what it all goes back to.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna force you to do anything, but do some research.
Yeah,
Because
like
at the end of the day,
you know, the decision I am making is based on the reason because I analyze all the religions like Hindu, Christianity, even Islam, and also the atheist speech. And for me, most reasonable seem to be the atheist speech. Like as I analyze, when atheists speak, it makes more sense. Like okay, they say okay, one of the evidence I can give you is okay, the nobody knows how the world came, and people argue, you know, how did all these things came suddenly without anything? So there has to be one creator, right? That's what the religious people argue. Then the atheists ask, okay, if it's true, then who created the God? God cannot come like that too. So that makes sense, you know.
That's the thing. That's exactly the point.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
if you find anything, it has to have an originator.
Mm-hmm.
An originator, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it comes to one.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It has to come from one. How could something come out of nothing?
That's the thing. So that's the same thing they ask for the God as well.
The God, the definition of a creator is that he has no one who was created. He's the beginning, and he's the end.
Okay, so why can't we put the same definition for Big Bang?
Okay,
It came
Big
from
Bang,
nothing.
Okay. No, Big Bang. What is it? It's a collision of two electrons, right?
No, it just came from like it's a blast came from nothing.
What? Okay, what created the blast?
They say it came from nothing. Like there's an matter created from nothing. Like
How can antimatter be created from nothing? It has to be created by someone.
yeah, but they've actually proving that thing from physics. So I don't know. Like yeah.
Collided, okay, whatever has collided has to have an originator.
So yeah.
Who you understand? That's the thing. We have to agree that at least something has created.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like even us, like there might be something. That's the thing we believe in, right? But there might be something. So we don't surely know.
Let's put aside who he is, how he has come, whether he has a son, Jesus. Put all of that aside.
Yeah.
Just from pure physics and logic, like I told you, it's like someone telling you, and then look at it. Look, someone has to be governing this. Look at the sun.
Yeah, it's all like even
yeah. It happened by nothing.
Yeah, like so it's a assumption. So
It's not assumption. I can't assume that something has a start, but I can assume who is that person. We could argue about that, and we could get into that discussion.
so
But that something came out of nothing, I don't think that's up for. I think that's just
yeah,
pure logic, man.
so
Your
since
body, look at your body.
Mhm,
It's a perfect machine.
mhm,
It's the most complicated machine in the world, man. The
mhm,
way it cures itself, the way life is created, and
mhm.
it's all described in the book. All of that you told me, all of that just out of two electrons collision. Even if that's the case, who created it to collide? If that's the case, do you understand what I'm trying to make here?
Yeah. So like
You
yeah,
understand?
so you think there must be someone who created all these things?
Something that started it. I don't
Yeah.
want to get into the
So
details of who it is. You
yeah.
understand? For now.
So even you are thinking like okay, there must be someone who created this, right? That's your assumption.
Mm.
So like
Yeah.
how can you just completely trust an assumption? That's the thing.
No.
That's why I'm saying like I don't
I'm not
say
assuming.
yeah.
I'm not assuming that someone created it.
You are like you
I'm
know.
no. I know
Uh, okay.
because as humans, have you ever
Mm.
created something out of thin air?
No.
Think of nothing. Have you
Mm.
ever created it? Till this day, all the sites were they able to create something? They try so hard to create a robot,
Yeah.
and then after 2 days, the robot crashes. You understand?
Yeah, I know,
So,
I know. Like I know human power are like it's a particular limit, but the nature has unlimited potential. You know, they can do anything.
okay, the grass and the water. Who brought that forth? You understand?
Yeah.
You have to think of it like. But to be honest with you, in order to have a clear mind, you have to meditate. You pray. You have to exercise. You have to stop sinning. You have to stop watching bad videos. You have to stop, hanging out with different. You have to take a moment to yourself, just like you did with the Toronto thing. That's how I really respect you, man. You're not
Mm.
like these robots
Mm.
that just check. You
Mm.
understand? At least you take time to think, which is
Mm.
which is very important.
Mm.
But think of it deeply, man, and then do some research. Just do a little effort whenever you get time, and clear your mind. You have to have a clear mind and a focused mind because everyone it's embedded in us. You just have to think about it. You understand? It's not an
Yeah.
assumption that there's a creator.
You
Now,
know.
who is the creator and why is it? You understand?
Yeah.
I have certainty. That's all I'm saying.
And you know, like the moment when did I give up this searching? Because there's a philosopher who analyzed everything. His name is Alan Watts, and he studied every
Mm.
single religion. He spent his lifetime studying all the religion, and he found out
Easy. At the end of the day,
it's all
at the end of
nothing.
the
Like
day,
basically,
these guys, man, that come on the internet, bro.
no, no,
Uh,
he died long ago. Like he's like 17. He died long ago, but at the time, he was able to make the records of what he
at the end of the
thinking.
day, at the end of the day, he's a human being.
Yeah,
He
he's a
has his
human
own
being.
way of
So
thinking. So
he analyzed so well. Yeah, but he couldn't figure out there's a god or not. So that's when I okay. There's no point in this. I'm analyzing lifetime. You
just
know.
because of
Yeah.
just because of one man, and think of it this way.
No, like I list. Yeah.
Think of it this way, man.
This guy spent
You're
his
going to die.
lifetime to
Then
do
what?
this. Yeah.
So you're going to die. Then what?
Yeah, we don't know. Maybe I will be born something else, or maybe I will be. I don't know.
So yeah,
So
it's the most important question in life. The
yeah.
most
So,
important one.
but I'm sure we
Yeah.
cannot find it
Don't
out
give up.
in.
Yeah. Don't give up. Just
Yeah.
don't give up.
Because I know any human
Try
cannot
to.
find it out because we have all based on guess. Okay, this might be true, and then we are
It's called
following.
belief. Yeah, it's not guess.
Yeah.
It's called belief. But
Yeah.
what? Because even me, at some point,
Mm.
I was thinking to myself, okay, Abdullah, you pray 5 times a day.
Mm.
That's not easy, right? Every single day, including morning.
Mm.
Okay, you read Quran, you fast 30 days,
Mm.
you do this, you do that. What if all of this is just?
Yeah.
What if my parents just told me this? My parents, they're
You know
heathens.
the
You
same you
understand?
do. The Hindu
Yeah,
people do that, and all the
yeah,
religion people do that because
yes,
they believe
yes,
100% their one is true.
yes. Even
Yeah.
Lota, by the way, we were talking about. Lota was part of my group, my
Mm.
capstone group.
Mm.
Lota,
Mm.
a Nigerian guy,
Mm.
very good Christian. you know, one thing about that guy,
Mm,
he's very organized.
mm,
He is. Do you know Lota?
I don't know.
Okay, he's very religious Christian, right?
Mm,
One thing about him is that he doesn't cheat.
mm,
He's very healthy.
mm,
He doesn't mess about. He's
mm,
very orderly.
mm,
So he has a clear mind.
mm,
He always asks me religion questions about Islam. Do you know, first of all, Christianity and Judaism and Islam are very close.
mm,
But he asked questions and things didn't add up. For me, when things didn't add up, I went back to the Holy Quran because one thing that I know about the Quran is it hasn't been changed.
mm,
That's for sure.
yeah.
For 1400 years.
Mm,
And some of the miracles that I've read,
mm,
I know for a fact that this prophet who has been sent down by God. The
mm,
prophet, not the, you understand? So some of the miracles that have been stated 1400 years ago when there's no technology,
mm,
when this person can't read or write,
mm,
that's a sign, you understand? We have to go by signs to reassure ourselves.
mm.
Do you
So
understand?
yeah, but
I,
the
I
same
gotta go
sign goes
by
to,
belief only.
like, there are so many confusions in this. Like even the Christianity come with the signs, and
Christianity
even Hindus
come
come with
with the
the
signs,
signs.
but that's true. Their signs show that originally it has been corrected. But just so you know, both of those religions keep changing. You understand? Now, some people are leaving Christianity because you know what they're trying to do.
Mm.
When you change things, it means what does it mean when you change something?
It means something,
Logically
you are something wrong.
there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
They keep changing,
Mm,
and the changes are being done by priests
mm,
and pastors. You understand?
mm,
The one thing about Islam, our scholars, all they do is talk about the prophets before them, and the
mm,
prophets spoke about God. So
mm,
it traces back to God.
mm,
We don't coming, we never state things that come from our human brain because humans, their capacity are limited, like you said.
yeah.
That's one thing. But in Christianity and Judaism, their pastors have power. Like some of them, you know what they do?
Mm,
They go to their pastors and they tell them all their secrets, like they're God.
mm,
Do you understand?
yes.
So that's what gives me a reassurance.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So that's why I really like you because you're a good guy, man.
Mm,
I even spoke to Lota
mm,
about this because both of you, I've noticed he's more organized. You're not very organized,
mm,
but you're a good heart. You understand?
mm,
And I just really want to help you, man. I have
mm,
nothing to gain, man. I don't get any money from this
mm,
or anything. I'm
yeah,
just asking you to just do some research. You know what I mean? You don't have
yeah.
to believe in it 100%. It's
Mm,
up to you. You understand?
yeah.
But yeah. So everything is good with you. Yeah,
Um,
you're not crazy in love or anything at all, right?
no, no. But
Uh,
like, at the end of the day, even if we research all the things, we are gonna die, and it's all mean nothing.
no, if there's a creator, it means we're gonna go back to the creator. That's the whole essence. That's the whole point.
Mm,
And besides, if you follow religion, and the religion doesn't tell you not to breathe, not to smell, you could still have go with women, but through a proper channel. You even told me once we were at Juba, you were like, thank God for Muslims, man. If there was no Muslims, then everyone will sleep with everyone and it will be chaos.
yeah,
Thank
like
God.
I like the controlness because
Yeah, so the control is the
eh,
control. You have
yeah,
nothing to lose. Just so
yeah.
you know, and this is how I also feel, right?
Mm,
Um, Whenever I go by the religion,
mm,
I feel better, even though I'm restraining myself.
mm, mm.
But if you notice, for instance, in studying, is it annoying to study and read? It's annoying,
Like
right?
when that's not like,
Yeah,
maybe it's
when
a
you know
waste of time,
it's
then
kind of
it's,
annoying, like it's not easy. You rather go on YouTube and chill, right?
yeah.
So, but when you do you feel good about it later and you do well in exam?
What?
Like you study, let's say you study really hard, like
Mm.
every day, 5 hours or
Oh
something.
yeah, and if it's yeah, if it's in the exam, yeah, I'm
So,
happy.
so that's what I'm saying.
Mm,
What I find myself, especially now during the corona, I've realized I started praying better. I started listening to less music. I
mm,
started watching less, crazy stuff and stuff like that.
yeah.
I feel peace, calmness. It's even good for you mentally and physically outside of spirituality. So if you abide by it and then you die, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, like I
But
used to
if
do that too.
but
Like, but
but
you
if you
are
don't think,
you yeah.
but if you don't do that
Mm,
and you realize it's creator, and by the time you're in the grave, oh snap! Now you have to deal with the creator, and you have never believed in him. Then there's heaven, then there's hell.
that's
Do you
based on
understand?
fear, like
Yeah, but you have nothing to lose if
mm,
you abide by it. Do you understand the logic I'm trying to say here?
that's right, that's
Like
right.
you have nothing to lose. But
Mm,
if you're wrong, what are you going to do? There's no coming back.
yeah.
You understand?
Mm,
Did your did your ancestors come back? Did your grandparents they come back? No.
mm,
You understand?
mm,
They're underground, and who knows what's going to happen. So,
yeah.
the only request I want for you is not to give up. You understand?
Mm.
That's the last thing you want to do. If you give up, man, and besides, man, when you say you're atheist, it means you're putting all your eggs in this life's basket. Basket. Do you understand? Do you know
Like
the analogy?
yeah, it's not
It's
just yeah. I analyzed a
like
lot, yeah.
yeah. I know, man. You're a smart guy, man.
Like I don't know whether you listen to this guy Alan West, but like you listen to like you do all the religious thing. I listen to this guy a lot, and he's like analyzing everything really good.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's very
And the thing
popular
is,
in fair.
I told you,
Mm,
um, whenever I listen to, let's say, a scholar,
mm.
I make sure he traces back to the things that I know are fact,
Yeah,
like
like
the
yeah,
prophet, you
yeah. He's
understand,
yeah.
and things like that. I make sure I don't listen to him saying what I think or what another scientist thinks.
Oh no.
I go back to what this person scholar is talking about: the companions of the prophets, and the prophets speak based on God. So it traces back to God. You understand? Not to something a human being has said.
Yeah, one thing
I
good about
should.
him is he doesn't say okay this is wrong. He just go through the religion and analyze okay what they said and okay what like he analyze all the religions and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what I liked about it. But
yeah. So
uh,
okay, you listen
mm,
to him, right? Also listen to the Christian perspective.
yeah,
Listen
I
to
listen to that
understand.
too.
So don't just like you know what I mean.
Yes, there's
And
a guy
look at
called
look at one another proof is apart from ISIS. Those guys are crazy. We look at usually what's associated with the religion in general. Like for instance, Islam. Look, what's associated with this is no drugs usually, right?
yeah, yeah.
No alcohol,
Mm,
no crazy music, no
mm,
disturbing people.
mm,
You know, even us as Muslims, we're obliged. It's a must that we treat our neighbors, for instance,
mm,
uh, uh, very well. Like
mm,
you know, my neighbor when I mow the lawn,
mm,
she shouts at me all the time, and I say, "I'm sorry, thank you."
mm,
Sorry, it's what the religion teaches us. Do you understand?
mm,
There, even another non-Muslim said, "I love having a Muslim neighbor because they always bring us sweets
mm,
and candy." So what's associated? Have you noticed? No sleeping around. I mean, it does
mm,
happen because the human beings we make
mm,
mistakes,
mm,
and we can repent. That's a beautiful thing about religion. You can
yeah,
always say, "Oh God," and our repenting. You know, we don't go to a man and
mm,
say, oh, pastor, please forgive me."
yeah,
So a woman go to the pastor and said, "Oh,
mm,
I've done this." We
mm,
don't do that. We have immediate direct link with God when we pray down
mm,
and we bow down. Do you understand?
mm.
So think of it also logically speaking. Look at what's associated with Islam usually:
Yeah, like the good
modesty.
things are associated, but I just
Hmm.
don't want to lie myself just to follow those things. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah,
Don't
yeah,
blindly follow everything.
yeah,
That's very good.
yeah.
It means you're smart. But don't also blindly follow what some guy says that I don't think there's religion.
No, mm,
Maybe he honestly thinks like that, but maybe it's not the truth. You
yeah,
understand?
like but the thing
I
is,
know that because everyone we have because whoever created this world, he put it in us, man.
yeah, but all he speaks is
He
about
even
analogy.
said, yeah, I know.
Philosophers, right?
Yeah,
They basically analyze everything, like life and all those things. They
yeah,
analyze, like they don't say this is wrong, this is right. They just analyze what it is. The like that's what the good thing I like about them. Like they just so because I
they're not
needed that
so.
because I have the confusion too. Like okay, well, if the what's the purpose of this existence? That's weird, So
Yeah,
I go through those
yeah,
things.
yeah. There must be something
So these guys
higher purpose in life.
spend their lifetime to do those things. So it's better to learn something from them. That's
Yeah,
why I listen to
yeah,
them, and it makes
right.
sense. Yeah, like I listen to a lot of philosophy, but this guy makes a lot of sense. So I just
Yeah,
follow him. Yeah.
yeah. So just keep looking around, man,
Mm,
and like I said, I have nothing to gain with this. I'm just saying
mm,
this because, man, you have been a good friend of mine, and
yeah,
this was just to
yeah, I know.
remind you and just to catch up with you, man, just to
Mm,
see how you're doing. It was good talking to you, man.
you too, man.
Good night.
Okay, man. Good night.
Like I said, man, just
Yeah.
just 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 try, just try.
Mm,
Okay, that's it.
okay.
Keep doing your work.
We
All
have a
right, see you, man.
lifetime to try and see what happening here. Okay.
Exactly,
We'll see.
exactly, exactly. See you, man. See
Okay.
you.
Okay.
here are my two favorite. This video is going to cover what I have found to be my best gold farming methods in patch 8.3. These methods might not be the best for you depending on which server you're on, but currently for me, these were what I found to be the most consistent ways to farm gold right now. These farms aren't in any particular order. Depending on the sell price, they can fluctuate on which method is making you the most gold per hour, so I suggest favoriting all these items on the auction house and checking to see what is selling the best before you start your farm. So with that being said, let's hop into it and find out what those methods are. Be sure to turn on your notifications, make sure you have that bell rung, and drop a like so you don't miss any of my future content. If you have any questions, drop a comment or tweet at me. Also, be sure to drop a comment on what your favorite gold farm is. Our first farm on the list takes us to the depths of Najatar, where you'll be Herbings and Anthid. A few things you will need to make this farm successful are a Sky Golem and rank 3s in Anthid. Unless you are a druid, then the Sky Golem is almost necessary to make this farm worth it, since most of the nodes are going to be around mobs you would spend a lot of time killing if you were dismounted every time. If you don't have the gold to invest in the Sky Golem, and you can't make
So for the Sky Golem, what is up, my beautiful gamers? Now today we're going to be going over the Sky Golem during BFA 8.1. Now things have changed since BFA has launched. The professions are set up a little bit different. Back in the day, you actually had to level up all the way to the current state of the expansion. Now you don't. Now you have to level up just the expansion you want to be a part of. So hopefully this video does help you out. And also, this is going to be a part of an integrated gold guide. Basically, I'm going to be showing you how to make a passive income to be making more gold at the end of the day. So if you want to see the rest of these videos, which I'm going to be making them in 2 parts because I don't want to make a really long video, just make sure to sub to the channel, hit the notification bell, and if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. So let's move forward with this first part, which is the Sky Golem. So for the Sky Golem, it is going to require engineering. It's going to require 75 Pandarian engineering. So what you're going to do is actually head over here, and you're going to talk to this NPC and basically learn engineering. You want to get it to 75. And the schematics won't actually drop until you reach 75 Pandarian. So basically, once you get 75 Pandarian, all you have to do is head over to MOP and basically kill anything. The schematics drop from anything, so it's really easy to get, nothing crazy, not a specific NPC, but there are certain locations you can farm. As you can see here, I am at the Bell Eternal Blossom, just showing you that you can go around here and kill it. Now, there is another location that people tend to stay at, which is right here. It's a little rice farm. The NPCs here spawn pretty fast, so all you have to do is kill them and loot them, and that's really it. Nothing else. It's just wait for the schematics to drop. So one of my favorite ways to actually farm the schematics, just for fun, it's really great because at the end you knock 2 birds with 1 stone, is heading over here to the 2 Shin burial grounds. So this is obviously a very popular Spirits of Harmony farm and also an Alani mount farm, so you can get sky swords here. So you can set up your friends here on these points, and that's really it. You're going to be killing all the NPCs around you. You're going to kill for 2 minutes and loot for 1 minute, so you're going to need the background for this. You step up and just get yourself going. You don't really need it, but it is great to be on these timers, just because after 3 minutes, all the loot respawns and despawns. So you want to make sure you are on top of that and make sure you can loot everything. So I did this with a few people from my stream, actually 2 new people, and we all got Alani mount. So I'm very proud of them, happy for that, and I'm excited that they were able to get that. So you can only craft 1 Sky Golem a month, and it requires to have 30 living steel, and you could only craft 1 jar a day. So as you can see in the jar here, you could only craft 1 a day, and it requires ghost iron bar, so you're gonna need 300 in total to make all 30 jars. So that's 10 a day. Now I do recommend you to go set up a tune and go farm ghost iron ore.
yourself, then there are the mono-hardened stirrups you can purchase instead. These stirrups will allow you to interact while you're mounted in Kulturis and Zandalar for 2 hours. They're currently selling on my server for around 150 gold per stirrup, so depending on how much you're farming these, this could add up after a while, but it's the next best option to the Sky Golem. I also have come up with a route that has worked better than any of the routes that I've seen online. It isn't anything too special, as I have just taken a couple of routes and merged them all together to make one large circle instead of multiple other routes. I found found this route to be really helpful when a lot of others are in the zone farming or when you run into multi-boxers. Since you're going a long way around, you will be not on the same track as the others and can get to the nodes before they do for the most part. I'm able to farm about 100 xanthan every 10 minutes using this method, so after an hour of farming you'll have roughly 3 stacks of xanthan, and they're selling for 14 to 25 gold per on my server over the last couple weeks. If you do the math here, that's roughly around 8,400 gold per hour on the low end. I usually only do this farm if the herbs are selling towards the higher end to get more respectable gold per hour, since there are many other methods on this list that could yield a better return. If you find yourself struggling against other farmers, then I suggest either stopping and going in reverse or changing up your route timing just a little bit. By just stopping and sitting on a node you know usually spawns is a great way to get back into the correct node timings. If this still isn't working, I suggest you check out anchorweed farming routes if they sell well on your server, because you can make as much gold, if not more, doing that method. Here are my 2 favorite routes to farm anchorweed. The route Dressfire will get you a lot of Winter's Kiss while you're waiting on anchorweed spawns. This is said to be the best place to farm anchorweed since the nodes are on the fastest respawn. Most players use it to help lower level characters on my server with Cataclysm Alchemy. Then this will take 12 days for you to do alone. Count on them. Besides the true gold bars, it only should take you about an hour. 2-person mounts are much more expensive. This is the go-to, especially usually at least one of these herbs is selling for a decent amount on the auction house. Next on the list, we have the Violet Sands mount. This mount is a fairly popular one that sells well. Most players use it to help lower level characters fly around or those who haven't learned to fly in certain areas yet. Since most of the other 2-person mounts are much more expensive, this is the go-to, especially towards the end of expansion where a lot of players are focused on leveling up alts to get prepared for the next expansion. The mount is currently selling for around 55 to 60k on my server, which leaves a large amount of profit if you farm out the mats. There are a few items that you have to purchase from a vendor, but if you're exalted with the Ultimate Cord, you can get a discount on them. Besides the true gold bars, it only should take you about an hour or 2 to farm the rest of these mats. To transmute a Purin bar, which is what you would need to make a true gold bar, it requires a daily cooldown, and if you only have one character with Cataclysm Alchemy, then this will take 12 days for you to do alone. Depending on how fast the mount is selling on your server, this will most likely be fine to do it that way. You will always want to have one mount up for sale in the auction house, and one in reserve to put up as soon as the other one is sold to make the most profit the quickest. The only problem with this mount sale is actually getting the recipe to make the mount. The recipe is going to require you to have at least level 600 Archaeology and level 75 Cataclysm Alchemy to make. While it isn't very hard to get level 600 Archaeology, the actual farm for the mount recipe that comes after is what really puts a damper on this one, and if you're not lucky, you could waste a lot of time trying to get this and lose out on other gold farming techniques on the list. If you're interested in taking the time to farm this recipe, here's my video on exact steps you need to take to obtain the recipe, as I think this is still a very good one to have for your slow sales. Now, if you're tired of farming current content and you want to take a step back in time, then I suggest you head out to the Shadowmoon Valley and farm Primal Airs. Even though Primal Air isn't current content, it still sells extremely well on most servers because they're reagents for a lot of transmog items. The farm is very easy to do and not a lot of people are doing it. Head out to the Shadowmoon Valley and the Outlands that go between the Sanctum of Stars and the Dragon Maul's Fortress. Here you're going to be looking for enraged air spirits and collecting motes of air. It takes 10 motes of air to turn into a primal air, and I was able to farm 17 primal airs an hour using this route, which on my server is a little over 10,000 gold per hour. This is going to be another slow selling item since it's used to craft transmog gear, which is also slow selling items, but eventually it will sell for a nice profit. You can also farm the other primals to spread out some of your gold in case those reagents are needed instead. I would recommend the alternative to air would be fire since it sells the second best, and I was able to get about 20 primal fires per hour when I do my farm. For this farm, you can stay in the Outlands and head over to the Hellfire Peninsula to the Throne of Gil'jaeden. Here you'll be looking for motes of fire that are dropped by the incandescent fell sparks. This farm isn't quite as profitable as the Primal Air, but you can expect around 8,500 to 9,000 gold per hour from this, and it tends to sell a little faster than the Primal Airs as well. If you guys want a video of where all the Primal locations are and how to farm them, please just let me know in the comments and I can make a video for you guys. Next method on the list is 2x4 mount farms. Mount farms are a great source of gold that could really pay off if you get lucky. There are a few different 2x4 farms that you can make a ton of gold off right now. If you are familiar with what 2x4 farm groups are, then a quick rundown for you is that a group of 4 members in 2 separate groups that are quickly killing mobs in an area to make them hyperspawn. Spawn rate is based on how fast you kill the mobs. The more damage you do, the faster they spawn. You want to make sure you have 2 groups with no more than 4 members in each group. This is because a group of 5 can tag a single mob, but if you have a group of 4, then one person in the other group can tag it and share the tag with the rest of their group. The main farms that are popular right now are the Gold Mane, Captured Dune Scavenger, and the Shoot-On Reigns of the Terrified Pack Mule. Gold Mane is going to be farmed in the Stormsong Valley in 2 separate locations. Both sides on the Mariner Strand in Stormsong Valley, where the humans are located, is where you would want to conduct your farm. This is going to be a double bonus because not only do they drop the mount, but they also drop gold, cloth, and BOEs. Even if you don't get the mount drop, you'll still walk away with around 5,000 raw gold per hour. In my experience, this mount can take anywhere from a half hour to 4 hours to drop in a good group. Drop chance is roughly 1 in 3,000. I was lucky enough to get my first golden main in about an hour farming and sold it for 170k on my server. 170k an hour, I will take it. The captured Dune Scavenger is found in the Dune farm and is a little more common than the golden main in my experience. For this reason, if you get your hands on this mount, it sells for around 50,000 gold on most servers that I have seen. The real reason to farm in Dune is that the farming spot you're seeing on the screen is one of the areas that you can hyperspawn mobs the quickest, and it gives you the best chance at the third mount on our list. The Chewed On Reigns of the Terrified Pack Mule. This is a world drop and not tied to any specific zone, which is why it sells for almost 450,000 gold on my server. This farm will also net you around 5,000 gold per hour, so both of these farms won't leave you empty-handed on your gold farming, even if you don't get a mount drop. Once you guys get tired of killing these mobs, you can relax and get your skinning knife out and head over to the Vale of the Eternal Blossom for our final method on the list. Farming the Thunder Maul packs in the Vale of Eternal Blossom is the most consistent and fastest gold farm I have found currently in patch 8.3. You can farm almost 30k per hour for as many hours as you want to go. This stuff has been selling as soon as I put it on the auction house lately. You will be targeting the Thunder Maul packs and pulling as many of them as you can together to kill. To make this farm the most successful it can be, you want to make sure you have a max level character that is fairly geared and has rank 3 dredge leather and bone picking. The more gear you have, the better you're going to be able to stay with the respawn rates of the mobs. I would recommend a high mobility character that does good AoE damage, such as a Demon Hunter that I'm using. This isn't necessary to be geared or have max level dredge leather or bone skinning, but it does help with the speed in which you're clearing and skinning these mobs to be the most efficient you can be. I actually did this farm for quite a while, thinking I had rank 3, and it turns out I only had rank 2, and I was still making hefty profits, so it's not necessary maybe to be rank 3, but it definitely helps. If you guys wanted to see the full route in action and better understand it, I'm actually working on a video now, and I will come back and either post it here or down in the description once it's available. Something I have noticed about this farm is that if there are others selling these items and they really like to tank the auction house, I usually sell my dredge leather for around 11 and 12 gold when the market is good. When the market is empty, you can get away for selling it for upwards of 20 gold per, which is fantastic since you can get a roughly 1,500 leather an hour. Questionable meat is another item that goes up and down in price a lot, but tends to average around 15 to 16 gold on my server. Again, people will drive the price way down, but we can always count on other players who are flipping these items to buy these and reset the market. The Bloodstained Bones are the most consistent item in this farm, and they stay around 6-7 gold per majority of the time. One of these 3 items will usually be selling on the higher side, so you can't go wrong with this farm. Moral of the story is just don't sell to sell, give the market a couple of days to correct itself, and then start posting your items to see a huge profit. Well, there you have it, guys. The best gold farms right now in patch 8.3. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to let me know about any gold farms you're currently working on that are successful. Please drop a like if you enjoyed the video to show some love for the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today we will be going over the top 5 most reliable farms that you can do right now. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Now coming in at number 1, out of the most reliable farms, and that is the Exotic Leather. Now Exotic Leather is a staple skinning farm, and that is in the location of the Isle of Giants. Not only do you get a chance of getting loads and loads of part of exotic leather through skinning, you also gain a load of giant dinosaur bones that you can then post on the auction house. I find this to be a great farming location if you have nothing better to do, mainly because you have a chance of getting mounts from here through the eggs, which will have a 3-day to hatch, and you also get a load of the battle
actual pets, which you can then sell on the auction house if you rank them up to level 25. That is amazing because a lot of them are actually used in pet battles. And also, along with that, the exotic level has a chance of producing magnificent hide as well, of skinning all of the dinosaurs that you will be killing while running around the actual island. And with that, you can then use your giant dinosaur bones to do the daily stuff. Also, by taking out Ondasta, making sure that you take out Ondasta at least once for that run, because she drops a load of giant dinosaur bones for you just straight off the bat because you're 1 day killed. Now, aside from all of this, that is absolutely brilliant, and I find this farm to be pretty damn awesome overall. The thing that I would say or would suggest is if you're going to do this, make sure that you're using a utility class that can actually get around the area pretty damn fast. Now, I would even recommend using a demon hunter or a druid for this. Other than that, if you pick a spinner as something else, then don't worry. Hunters are pretty damn awesome at gathering up all of these dinosaurs and hunting them down as well. The only one that I've ever really struggled with and actually used on the Isle of Giants besides my utility classes, and that is my mage, and it really did affect my gold morale. So be prepared to make sure that you're using a correct class before you actually farm this, otherwise your gold morale could be a bit skewed with. Now, coming in at number 2, we have an oldie but a goodie, and that is the Whiptail farm. Now, Whiptail is one of the most reliable farms for me, and this is why I compiled it on the list, because Whiptail, through every expansion, has been an absolute amazing gold farm. I found it to be one of the best ways in order to make gold because the price never really changes or is really affected all that much unless I'm playing silly buggers on the auction house, but then in like the next few days it will just recorrect itself. This is why I consider it a reliable farm, because the price doesn't really change due to what expansion you're in or what have you. And if the price fluctuates, it will balance out faster than most other material. different. This is why I like which one of them, Whiptail, sells on a medium end rate, and the Volatile Life sells quite fast. In the grand scheme of things, you will most likely sell your Volatile Life before you sell your Whiptail, and other than that, this farm has been a great staple farm overall for absolutely everything. Now, coming in at number 3 is a non-professional one, and this is the Volatile Water Farm. Now, this one can be farmed in the Twilight Highlands. And in conjunction with the potion of treasure finding, you will pull in an amazing gold per hour for this. Standing alone, the Volatile Water Farm is pretty awesome overall, regardless, because it drops water, and Volatile Water sells in the grand scheme of materials insanely fast. That could be because it is used widely in the creation of the Violent Sand Melt, which requires 10 volatile water in order to create 1 true gold, which you then can use to create the sands. And at the end of the day, this material sells insanely fast because of that fact. Any other additional ways in order to make gold with the volatile water, such as i.e. some mix of transmog and all that, is just an uptick for this, but it is mainly the Vial of the Sand Melt which requires it the most, and that is where it's deriving its gold value from overall. Now, combined with the Potion of Treasure Finding, you will get a lot of Pyrite, Elementium, other volatiles along with this, and because you're killing so many mobs per hour, the chances of you getting your treasure chests from this is vastly increased. Now, with this one, I would recommend you doing this on a Demon Hunter, Warrior, or a Druid. This is their AoE abilities, but you can also use it as an Arcane Mage for insane burst. Aside from that, those 3 at the beginning were the best ones to farm this. Now, aside from that, let's get on to number 4, which is the Titanium Ore Farm in Wintergrass. Now, Wintergrass Titanium Ore Farm has been one of my most favourite farms to do for literally the entire time I've ever played. Mainly because it always sells, it's always in demand, it's used for a lot, and I mean a lot of transmobs, and the Mechanized Chopper. This is a low tier mount, but sells relatively well on most realms. The Wintergrass farm for Titanium Ore can be used to create the Mechanized Chopper, which about an hour and a half's worth of farming there in Wintergrass will provide you with roughly a chopper every hour and a half. So in 3 hours worth of farming, you have 2 Mechanized Choppers. But if you wanted to sell all of the mats flat on the auction house, the majority of them, like the Saronite and the Titanium Ore, along with the Eternals that you get along with this farm, sell insanely fast as well. This because they're used in a wide variety of different types of things, and then you will subsequently make lots of gold from this. Only thing that you will need to bear in mind is when a battle is in session in Wintergrass, it will dismount you if you are flying. The only way of circumventing this is by using a Druid. Now, when the debuff pops on you, all you have to do is dismount while in the air, and then remount while in the air as well. This will remove the debuff and then put you back to normal. This will happen every time the letters will appear on the screen for which part of the zone you're in, and then while that battle is persisting, you will have to do that. Other than that, once the battle actually does happen, all you have to do is then jump into a ground mount, because you're not going to be able to fly around, and it'll be a complete waste of your time if you don't do that. Another thing is, do not use the Dark Moon Firewater or any form of increased mining for this farm, because the route on the screen and the route in general will actually definitely respawn less than how fast you can actually mine. So you'd be doing 2 loops before you get your respawn for all of those ores. So just bear in mind that if you go too fast, you will miss 1 lap. So don't do it without do it without the Dark Moon Firewater, and you will always have a consistent rate of ores. If you use it with the Dark Moon Firewater, you will have to do 1 lap to get your ores, and then another lap for them to respawn, and that is not fun for anyone. Now, coming in at number 5 to finish off this video, and that is Skyreach. Now, this is a reliable farm because it is raw gold in your bags. That is not fun for